Welcome, everybody, and welcome to our normal conversation every Monday between teacher Alfredo and teacher Juan Carlos. Today, we are going to talk about bullying. Bullying, and pay attention to my pronunciation, is bullying. It is not bullying that we say normally in Spanish, we say bullying. So in this case, it's bullying, bullying, all right? So we have here teacher Alfredo and my person, and although we're not specialists on this topic, but of course, as an educator, I am, and I had an experience in my country, but let's talk about it today. So, teacher Alfredo, welcome. What is bullying?
A good day to you, first of all, teacher, as always. And bullying is the act of seeking to harm or intimidate another person.
Oh, very interesting.
And as you mentioned, it's a very, very popular, trending topic these days.
Yeah. Not only at schools,
No.
but also at your job. Yeah. There are different kinds of bullying. There are different kind of bullying. I believe, teacher, we have four types of bullying. Yeah. Can you name the four types of bullying and maybe explain a little bit of each?
Certainly, teacher. So the first type of bullying is verbal bullying. Verbal bullying. And just like the name sounds, this is simply bullying that is done just through talking, just through word of mouth. So the things that a bully would say to another person to scare them, to try to intimidate them into doing something that they want them to do.
Okay.
So this is the first one, verbal bullying. The second one is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying. And this is the newest. This is basically bullying that's done on the internet.
On the internet.
So sometimes we don't even, maybe, in some cases here, we haven't even met the other person. In person. We just might be part of an online group. We might be part of a chat group.
The chat group.
Sure. And there's a person in the group who is a bully.
Yeah.
And they're saying things to make another person in the group feel bad.
Yeah. Maybe through text messages or
through
sending pictures.
Yep. But just through the typing, saying some very bad things. And you wouldn't believe it, but sometimes some of the victims, it even caused them to commit suicide.
Yeah, that's true.
We could never imagine it, because you'd say, well, why would you do that if you never even met the person?
Yeah, that's true, teacher.
It can be that severe.
And what is the other one, the other type of bullying?
The next one is what we call social bullying.
Social
bullying is done when we are with a group of people. So it's not always just the bullying one-on-one, but now social bullying is when we're part of a group. And within the group, again, there might be one bully.
Okay.
And the bully is, again, trying to harm or intimidate maybe one person or more than one person. Yes.
Okay.
And again, this is the third form. And the last form is intimidation. Intimidation. So that's this word has been around a very long time, even before we really thought so much about bullying. Intimidation is just when one person, again, really scares another person. This
Yeah.
this time it could be with the threat of physical violence.
Okay.
Remember, we were talking, the first one was verbal bullying. That's just through our talking. But intimidation, this could mean a threat.
A threat.
A threat. So someone could say, hey, if you don't do what I want, I'm going to hurt you.
Okay.
So that's intimidation.
That's intimidation.
Right. So these are the four types, basically, because that's also included. So those are the four types of bullying.
But we don't have to confuse bullying with blackmail.
No, blackmail is a little bit different, because blackmail is when someone has or claims to have evidence against you.
Okay.
To make you do something like, hey, I've got some pictures here of you, doing something, some embarrassing pictures here. And if you don't give me money, I'm going to release these pictures.
Okay, that's different.
That's a little bit
this
different.
one, and the one that you named, the number 4, maybe like some people might confuse it between this kind of bullying and extortion. So, or
Right.
is it the same? So we're talking the same topic here.
It's related.
It's related.
It could be related. Extortion is, again, extortion is more about money, though.
Money, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
When they're trying to extort money from you.
Yeah.
Intimidation, it's not always about money. It could just be the threat of physical violence.
Physical violence. Okay, teacher. Very good. So okay, we have 2 figures. So we have the bully and we have the victim. Yeah?
That's right. That's right.
Good. Very good, teacher. The bully is the person who makes the bullying, right?
Who does? Right. Right.
Very
Basically, they're the bad guy. They're the bad person.
all right.
They're the one that's causing.
The victim is the person who has been bullied.
That's right.
Very good.
Right.
Teacher, what do you think? What makes a bully?
Oh, that's
Your
again a
opinion.
really sure, teacher. That's a deep question, and a lot of research has been done on that. And one common theme that they often talk about is a bully often comes from a broken home. And in this case, there's only maybe one parent that was around. In many cases, a bully might have only been raised by his or her mother. And the
Or
father,
maybe coming from a dysfunctional family, right?
or that's right. It doesn't necessarily have to be a broken home. But both parents could be in the home. But as you mentioned, there are other reasons. Now the family, they could be dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional. Very good.
Which is another good point.
Yeah.
So they're not raising the children in the proper way.
And teacher, what makes the victim?
The victim oftentimes is a little bit shy. Sometimes they're embarrassed to report something. And the bully takes advantage of this.
Yeah.
So the bully knows that, hey, this person isn't going to say anything. So they keep going. So the advice now that, especially in schools with children, the advice now that the children receive is whenever they think that they're about to be bullied, that they should report this to an adult.
Yeah, this was gonna be my next question. So what should we do? If we are bullied? So what shall we tell our children or to our friends or
very good question.
All right. I think we should report to the authority, right? That's my opinion. So this is very, very personal opinion, even a little bit more than professional opinion. So we should report it to the authorities. Yeah, and in case they don't do anything, I think we should learn how to defend ourselves.
Yes.
So, so maybe enroll our children in some kind of martial arts school or
Right.
something. What do
That's
you think?
correct. I would agree. But again, there are so many opinions on this topic. But I think it's a good idea to teach our children how to protect themselves. So they don't necessarily have to be a bully, but if they are the victim, especially if there's the threat of physical violence, now they know how to protect themselves. So I think it could not hurt to have your children learn more about self-defense,
Yeah.
whether that means enrolling them in a martial arts class, or maybe even a father teaching his son the basics of boxing. Just not really to do that, but just in case if he was going to be bullied, now he could protect himself. So that I would tend to agree. But
Okay.
again, it's a little bit controversial, and some people, they don't feel that way, and they want to take more of a non-active approach. But I think that I think it's good if the children, if they know how to protect themselves.
Yeah, that's true, teacher. Wow, very interesting. Thank you so much, teacher, for this topic. Have you ever been bullied?
When I was in elementary school, I was there was a boy that was in older than me, and he was
Okay,
in the next grade,
okay,
and he seemed to start to say things to me, and in the beginning I didn't say anything. In the beginning I was just quiet, but after a while I kind of reached my limit. But back then it was very different from what we learn today.
yeah.
And back then, unfortunately, I wound up getting into a fight with this boy.
See you, see you outside. See you.
Right, right. Meet you
Nos vemos en la
outside.
salida. We say in Spanish.
Yeah. But you know what? You know what's funny, teacher, is usually with boys, sometimes after the fight, everything is okay.
Everything was okay. The next,
You
yeah,
know, after the fight, after 1 or 2 days, we don't have any more problem
no
anymore.
more problems on playing together again and everything.
I never had problems with that boy again.
Yeah,
And
I remember I did once. I remember I had a fight. Everybody was watching it because
yeah,
the guy was very famous. He was one of the popular guys at
right,
school. So we had a
right.
fight, and wow, that was the big event of the month.
Yeah,
And that was a good fight.
yeah,
And I remember next day, next day we were playing together. We were playing soccer
yeah.
again,
But
and we became very good friends.
yeah, a lot of times from the past, that's what happens. Sometimes the person you fight with, you become good friends with them later.
Yeah, good friends. Yeah,
But in our world now, it's so different, and they don't want, of course, the schools, they don't want the children fighting.
yeah.
So now they're giving different advice, right? And they're saying, oh, if there's a bully, report it to an adult.
But you know
Report it.
what, teacher? You know
Mhm.
what? Let me say this. Um, you know, in my experience as a teacher and also as a parent, as a father, there is a problem here. Our children, people are losing something called social skills, and that's the problem now.
Mm-hmm.
People are not having social skills, you know, everybody is involved with the phone, bro. So before you used to go to the party and you used to dance with someone, used to talk and having a good time talking, making relationships, you know, the
Right.
interaction, the social interaction. But
That's
they
right.
are not doing it anymore. You know, they
Yeah.
go to the party and they're just, you know, watching the screen or on the phone.
Yeah.
And and when you lose the social skills, of course, you become more easy to you become easier to be a victim.
Yes.
You
Yes.
are I mean you become like more uh,
Isolated
sensitive,
or
more
sensitive. Yes.
yeah, more sensitive for this kind of people, for this
Right.
bully.
That's true. That's why now they have so many types of bullying, like we were discussing.
Yeah, and that's true.
Not
That's
only
true.
one. So but I think you're right. I think that the lack of social skills has a big part to do with it.
Yeah, so we have to teach our children how to interact with people. Sometimes when I go to the restaurant with my children, sometimes I see them afraid to talk to the
To
waiter.
talk. Yep.
You
Yep.
know, Papi, they say, Papi, can I have one? Can I have a refill of lemonade? And I say, tell the waiter,
Yeah.
tell him. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm afraid. I don't want to do it. So this is when I say, yeah, of course, you are connected to the phone 24 hours a day, and of
Right.
course, you are afraid to talk to someone in the real life.
Yep. That's why sometimes we have to put the phone down,
Yeah,
or we have to tell our children, we'll set some more rules. Hey, put the phone down and
that's
start
true, teacher.
interacting.
That's true.
So very, very deep topic,
Yeah.
teacher. But,
Thank you so
bullying,
much,
yeah,
teacher, for for teaching us a little bit about bullying and some vocabulary and some things that we can tell our children, our friends, our relatives to defend themselves every time they have this kind of problem.
sure, teacher. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, teacher, and I hope you guys enjoy this conversation and you learn from this. Thank you so much, teacher.
Thank you.